now my structure is I wake up, I check my WhatsApp messages, and then I decide, do I go gym this morning or this afternoon, or do I not go gym?
But it's chaos.
Yeah, and one of the things I always say is coaches are entrepreneurs. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
We're going to first talk about currently what you're doing with your coaching business and what is the actual bottlenecks, what are you struggling with, what is taking the most time, and what we can actually fix with the new version. Because we're going to basically build his new website now.
Yeah.
So the website with the new packages, the new flows, the new email automations, also with like an email nurture for leads as well. Tell us now what you're struggling with, what you're currently doing, and we're just going to chat about it. You understand?
Okay. Well, I would say starting off the bat, what I'm struggling with at the moment is the most basics, which we talked about last week, is just getting fixed packages with fixed pricing and what it entails and includes for every client. Because between the local clients and the international clients, there's always a back and forth between the pricing.
Of course.
I think that might be the easiest to tackle as well. But besides that, secondly, I would say it's marketing, but that kind of falls more on me. I mean,
But still, we can help you with the strategy, because you don't need to consistently post marketing content.
Yeah.
Your lifting videos do the work. It's just your call to actions and stuff like that that we can clean up, and maybe one or two, we can create a few stories that you can just repost once a week. So you don't have to do marketing. You can just do a call to action every now and then to push people to your site.
basically indirect marketing. Have a few fixed videos or posts or whatever, and just repost every fortnight or every week.
Exactly. And we can also create for you like multiple different types of story images that basically give the package breakdown, book a call,
So I would say the deciding on the packages, fixed prices, and what it entails. Since we mentioned going forward, I want to be niche specific. I don't want to cater for every fucking discipline like rugby and athletics and gymnastics. Just powerlifting with a bit of deviation, and that's it.
Okay.
So the packages.
So you want to stick to the strength coaching. Do you want to still do strongman, or you want to be powerlifting specific?
Truth be told, I do know a little bit about strongman, but I'm not confident enough to actually prep someone for a competition. I first need a bit more experience in that. So for now, niche specific, which is powerlifting, and then by deviation, I won't do bodybuilding again, but deviation towards lifestyle. I'm willing to go towards that end as well. And then obviously, the one separate package, as I mentioned, for a lot of international athletes is performance enhancing drug cycles.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely going to clear things up a bit. Now we will basically...
So there's not confusion when people go on my marketing funnel, they read up all about that, but then they're wondering...
Yeah. So what we can do is... Okay, let's first ask, what is the end goal here? So the end goal for you, how many clients do you want at your premium pricing, your premium package, your elite package, the one focused at international clients? How many do you want in that one? Max.
I would say max at the given price that we decide upon, no more than 10, truthfully. Those 10 people would be able to cover all of my expenses easily.
Okay.
And then with the remainder of the packages, those would just be bonuses.
Yes. So what I think we need to try and do is we need to focus on the elite package, because if we can get 10 people in your elite package, that is, first of all, maximum revenue generation, to the least work with overall, because obviously you're going to be putting a lot of work into each client, but it's better to have 10 on elite than 20 on a basic package, on a lower tier package. The management and time is much less with having only 10 clients.
That's what I found from our previous meeting, like when we just got everything up and running. I mean, since then, it was about a year ago, we made one marketing post, and I've been actually fine. There were a few months I did really, really well financially. But, with seasons, they fluctuate, athletes come and go. With that being said, if we can fill the elite custom coaching packages with 10 people, then I'll also have less stress and be more willing to invest into the other packages as well.
Yeah. Now, how many clients do you have now overall?
Overall, I can quickly look for you, actually, but I think it's about 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's not too much. That's actually a good starting point.
Yeah, I don't want to go like 20 plus, 30 plus again. That's just way too many people. Okay, here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So local is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 SA people.
Okay.
And 6 internationals.
Okay, beautiful. Now the international people, 6 international, eh?
Yeah.
Now the international people, are they all plus minus that range of your elite package?
Most of them are in the range of the elite package.
So 3 full price.
Ironman athletes, and then Tom from the US pays me full price.
So okay, so we've got 4 at full price.
Yeah, 4 at full, and then the rest are basically SA local.
Okay, so basically, in essence, we have 6 more spots in your elite package
to fill up.
Okay, so if we get to the goal of hitting your 10 in elite package, how many spots you want to have left for local?
Well, local we have 5 at the moment.
Okay, so I think we can. We'll be able to manage 5 at local?
Yeah, easily.
Okay,
they don't take a lot of time.
Okay, so I think what we do is local. You want to still help South Africans.
Yeah, obviously.
So this is why we are going to make this in a way where your main focus point is the elite package. If there's South Africans in there, beautiful, they'll get an elite coaching experience.
Yeah.
The local package won't be the elite package experience. It won't have all the perks that the elite people have, but it gives the opportunity for South Africans to be coached by you. So you get to help South Africans as well at a lower pricing, but also the time that you'll be putting in. We'll be removing the factors that take your time. From the elite package to create the local package. So overall, we'll be at about 15 clients. Now, if we look at this is going to be that's the amount per client, hey? Okay, I'm going to keep this at this price because we're going to tweak it to get a round number. And then local pricing. Now, if you have to look at average now, how much are you charging for your local athletes?
Well, I would say given for the athletes.
Okay, with including like Donnie, and the ones that are in your elite package but not paying the full price. What is the average plus minus? Around 2,000?
Yeah, I would say 2 about, since it's all over the place, but the average comes down to slightly over 2.
So I think if we can normalize it to 2.5.
Yeah, I would say that's fair.
Okay, so then we're looking at, that's not bad. So if we're looking at 10 at the elite package at this pricing, 5 at the local pricing at this one, then we've got this per month.
2.5.
Not too shabby. And is this enough for you to live?
I don't know, man. the weed expenses are I have a budget every month for that.
So, but all honesty, this is a shit ton. This is a lot.
Dude, even just with that, that would bring me a bigger income than me running everything at the moment with the sales.
You see, now this is how we simplify your entire life by your only job that you need to do is these 15 clients.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But this basically gives you the opportunity now to make choices in your life to cut out the things that are a thief of time, that aren't giving you revenue and not making your life easier.
Yeah.
So that also, and it comes to sponsors, it comes to partnerships, you can now clean up your stuff.
Yeah.
Because now you've got this that's coming in every month, monthly recurring. Like, I really don't think this is difficult.
We already have 6 internationals, so I just need to get 4 more.
But it's only 4 at full price.
Oh yeah, 4 at full price.
So we actually, so basically the 2 that are in here that aren't paying full price, either they need to move up to full price, but what we're going to do is anyway, we are going to build a machine for you. So it's not going to be just a website. We're going to build a coaching machine to get people into the elite package. And once you cap at 10, they go to a waitlist. So basically, you will always have a list of clients that are ready to jump onto the elite package.
You always want to be in demand.
Exactly. So now, when we cap and really cap, because like, bruh, many coaches are going to say 2 spots left, 1 spot. Like, it's almost a meme at this point.
They always say it's just to get more people and more people.
You understand? But we are going to really cap because you don't need more than this revenue per month to cover everything.
Not at all.
You understand? So that way you free up time to focus on being a good coach, 1, and 2, being the best athlete you can. So now your sleep can be optimized, your training, you'll have more time on your hands to be a better athlete.
And also when you're focusing on being an athletic, it's also about the brand. because now people are watching you, they're seeing what you're doing, they want to get you as the coach, so the demand again goes up. So it works both ways.
Yeah.
Basically, me and the platform, they complement one another. If one grows, the other one will grow.
Exactly.
It's like I told Willie, like I told you yesterday, if your client sees you starting to use MPG, or in this regard, Ape Fitness Systems, it's professional. The word will spread, and just due to a professional platform, that alone will make you gain more clients.
100%. Yeah. And also, the better you do as an athlete,
the
better you will look as a coach, even though that isn't really directly proportional in reality. But the perspective from from clients and from athletes, the stronger you are, the better you are as a coach.
I mean, so people's mindset goes in the way of, if they see an athlete do really well, oh, he must be a good coach as well.
Yeah, that's perspective. That's their perception.
I mean, it counts in our favor.
100%. So either way, it's going to work for you. And if we can build this, this wait list, you will always have demand. So if one guy misses a payment, or he says, or he has excuses, or even if an athlete is not doing what he's supposed to, so he keeps missing his calls, doesn't check in, doesn't track his stuff, you can tell him, listen, mate, like, in all honesty, I want to help you, but if you aren't coming to the table with your side to make my coaching easier, to be able to help you, you can tell him, listen, sorry, bro, I'm going to cancel. You've got 10 people already waiting in
line.
So,
and those are 10 people willing to actually pay every month as well.
Yeah, and in essence, you want to be able to fire your clients. You're looking at them as okay, you're doing bad. I have a wait list of people. There's potential in my wait list that is going to be a great client. I can put them in to replace you. So you kind of like making it's almost like a two-way again. It's making that client work to be your client, essentially.
Because in a way, like you're mentioning now, if I'm putting all my effort into the client, the programming, the coaching, the check-ins, the calls, he or she should at least bring their part as well, whether it's covering the finances every month or just doing their part on the training program, just by logging into the day's workout, or whatever the case might be.
So if they underperform, they're making your life hard, they're missing, they're making you waste time waiting for training and things of that nature, you give them like 1 or 2 times grace period and say, sorry, that's it.
I'll give them one grace period, honestly. We also spoke about the one thing I didn't add with the previous marketing funnel was adding in fine print saying every athlete needs to sign up for a minimum of 3 months. And if you want to cancel, you need to give at least 1 month notice. And that'll flow really nice in having a few athletes waiting in line as well. So if someone breaks contract or they give a month's notice, I have more people just waiting in line.
Yeah, and I think that's where we'll tighten up your terms and conditions. So that's everything is in fine print set in stone. And even like maybe even that initial call or the first day, you set the rules. You tell them you've read it with your eyes. Now you're hearing it verbally. These are the rules.
So no excuses.
No excuses now. Now you've heard it, and then you play that strategy.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm also going to need to be not like strict, but I'm also going to have to stand my ground when it comes to local people and friends as well, because I can't give grace to one person but not to the next.
100%. And the thing is that goes again to, you want to help as many people as possible, but your time is limited.
I mean, I only have 24 hours in a day.
100%. And the thing is, your main focus is also to be the best athlete you can be, because being the best athlete is what is bringing opportunities to your life. And that's why you started this, to do powerlifting. Like, but going back to what Josh said earlier about firing your clients, when he said about performance, it's not necessarily that a client is doing well on the platform. It's more of them doing their side of the coaching. So even if they don't do well, don't win, if they're a good client and they are giving their feedback, they are checking in with you, they coming to the calls, doing their side, tracking their workouts, sending videos, that's a good client. The performance is not part of that.
Basically, there should be a separation between athlete performance and clientele feedback.
Because like I can also attest to that, because I've got a few clients that I have to literally beg, track your workout please, mate, because I can't guess week after week after week.
You know, my athlete, Exactly that guy.
And how much is he paying?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Exactly. And the thing
I
is,
actually fired him legitly. I told him, fuck off, I'm removing you from the system. We're done.
Yeah.
the clients that pay the least are the ones going to give you the most hassles.
Dude, and especially when it comes to meets on the day. Yeah, I coached him for the meet. Not that he actually followed my programming. He just doesn't listen to me as a coach on the day. So it doesn't matter. I help him.
See, like those are the clients that you're going to fire. You understand? And then you don't have to worry about income because you've got 10, 12 people on your wait list.
Yeah.
And that's also a bit of a mind fuck when it comes to increasing your pricing. Because like initially when you were so scared to increase your pricing and then it just worked. It was just crazy.
Off the bat.
The mental thing here is when a person is paying a premium fee, they will do everything that you suggest and that you prescribe because they are paying that amount. If I'm paying Australian Strength Coach 10K per month, this tells me, bruh, you're gonna eat this thing before. I will do it because I'm paying. I'm fucking to pay.
You're expecting 10K's
And
worth
I'm
of.
fucking to pay that 10K every month because I'm spending a lot of money. It's an investment. So if this says I must do my mobility for my hips and my ankles, I will not skip that.
No, you actually ask him how much.
But exactly, should I do extra? But now if I'm paying $500 and you told me to do my ankle mobility, I'm like, I'm not less for this. It's just $500. I will skip the workout. I'll check it. You know, it's nothing. They don't feel it.
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I think especially the people get this kind of idea. If they now need to pay $4,500, $6,000 a month, yeah, it's a lot of money that you're giving out. So you want to bring your part, but you're also kind of expecting that 4, 5, 6,000 worth of output that you're getting from the coach as well. So they deem it as more, well, actually just as better than a lower
100%.
package.
And also another thing of coaching on your level, because we also discussed this previously on the call, you are Nicolaas du Preez. You don't see yourself as Nicolaas du Preez because your ego isn't inflated. But the fact of the matter is, you are Nicolaas du Preez. You are one of the best powerlifters that have ever come out of South Africa. You're one of the.
Hearing that, but okay.
No, but it's a fact. You
No, this
understand?
is why I have you guys.
And the thing is that this is not to bull up your ego. This is to show you your value, your worth.
No, just black and white.
It's a fact. You're one of the best powerlifters in the world, hands down. It's a fact. Open powerlifting, you can go check. It's there. You understand? So, like, for athletes and clients to have access to you as Nicolaas du Preez as a coach is what the worth is. That is value. Because you can't chat to 500 people every day. You understand?
Yeah, no, I don't
These
fucking want
10
to.
people that have the elite package, they have access to you on WhatsApp. Everyone else, okay, obviously you're 5 other locals as well, but everyone else, not necessarily. You understand? They don't necessarily have access. They can try, but you're not going to really respond because you have your DMs are obviously. I don't even want to see what that looks like.
You don't, especially the WhatsApps as well. I wake up every morning and it's just.
But like we're also like that's something we're gonna have to move to later on to get a business number. So basically what's gonna happen is your current number, too many people have it already. It's gonna become your personal number, and then you wanna get it out of your business number, and a new number will be your personal one.
Luckily, I do have 2 SIM cards on my phone. So
Okay,
that
you got
can
dual
sort
SIM.
it out, yeah.
Because I did the same, bro. Because MPG, when we were handling, like at Cerberus, it's my online clients, it's the subscription clients.
There's too much going on.
Bruh, the WhatsApps there are too much. I can't handle it.
Like constantly on the phone all the time.
Mate, so now my personal number is literally close friends and family and people that I need to connect with that I can, obviously, because now you don't have to be online the whole time. If you're online, the people are sending question marks and stuff like that. So now you can just ignore because it's business. In business hours, I'll respond. For the rest, I'm sorry. Okay, so we've got a few good things here. So basically, we're going to clean up your packages. We're going to do the elite package, then the local package, as well as the PED package.
Yeah, those 3 will be set in stone, and those are the only 3 ones.
But this is the premium one that you are that's going to be showcased. So everything is going to be circling around this.
Yeah.
Because
That's the main focus.
this is the main focus. Then even if someone does book any consultation or however the start of whatever the CTA is going to be on the website, if they discuss with you and they don't fall in line with this, then you filter out to the bottom 2 or the
Maybe
other
tell
2.
them, listen, I have 2 other packages available as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, because sometimes they might say, "Oh, it's a bit too pricey." Then you go, "Okay, but my lower one, you don't have as much access to me, but it's affordable. Would this work?" And then you move them, you downsell to that level. But you also don't want to waste it, because now if someone comes in and they prime for this package, they'll bite already, and so that avenue is already open.
And I think also, especially for all the clients that might not fit into one of these three, at least we'll have them as leads as well.
Yep.
So when Strength School gets launched, we have a few clients literally just waiting there to pay $40 a month.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not 40 rand though. That's not $40. I think it was 25 or $30.
Yeah.
But what I think we're going to try and do, obviously we'll brainstorm when we get back to the whiteboard. We want to basically filter out people before they book a call. Because, like, again, you have 225,000 followers. Your post reach is absolutely ridiculous. So it doesn't help you. People are booking 50, 60 calls, and 90% of them aren't able to pay your premium or even your local fee.
Yeah, then what's the use actually?
Exactly. So then it becomes a waste of time for you.
So you need to filter before that even.
Exactly. So when they booking the flow, when they book the call, to get to book the call, they will have to go through a quiz, most likely, something like that.
A questionnaire, quiz type of thing.
Well, yeah, we can make it a barrier, sort of, just to like make sure that when they do enter, they're not just wasting your time. At least if they, so certain questions they can push off the people who are not your target market, so that we can reduce that amount of bookings and increase the amount that are actually invested into your time. Like I'm now having a meeting with Nicolaas, and I need to make sure this meeting goes so they have that kind of like, it's almost like a fan. Like
I get the idea. Yeah, almost like a type of aura feeling that you want the athlete to get before placing an appointment or something.
So when you get to that point, it's like, okay, now I'm having a meeting with you, and then you can also lower these meetings to 15 minutes, because
what more do you want to say?
You don't need.
Minutes?
You just need to qualify them.
You just need to qualify. So all these meetings are just right there to qualify them. And it's like you're turning your clients into employees. Like, okay, you're coming to me, you're having an interview. Let's see if you're going to be good. Because you need to now decipher, is this guy serious? Is he worth my 10 spots? You know, and you also, it would be so nice, because obviously you don't need to just say, I just want athletes only, but it would be great to have a chance where your 10 spots is a rising athlete, because now that person people are also, there's a whole tornado coming up from that side to say, who coached this guy? Oh, it's Nicolaas. And then it adds to your brand, so it's like a cycle.
Basically, you're creating your own revenue in terms of getting new clients. If your clients does well, they win a world record or get a world record or whatever, everyone will be wondering who's coaching this guy. And that flows back to me at the end of the day.
Exactly. So we'll build a filter system. Obviously, I think it's going to be through a quiz. So basically, we'll plan this now on the whiteboard, but basically what is going to happen, through whatever method we filter them, they'll be going through some sort of questionnaire or form. And these questions will be able to determine, is this person able to pay your fees, and are they serious? And so only the ones that get through the system that have qualified can book a call.
Okay.
The ones that are not qualified, we move them through to the next phase. So the next phase will most likely be, for now, it will be just leads. So then we'll put them into your newsletter or your free weekly strength, whatever. We'll figure out something.
At least get something out of the whole ordeal.
Exactly. We can even later on do they can access to your free workshop. So basically, for ones that aren't on the level or aren't able, they can get a free workshop with a PDF guide, whatever. And those leads we will then just stack up. We'll keep nurturing them through your email automation. But in those leads, we will then upsell or downsell into the Strength School once we launch that in the next few months.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. I actually like the way you put it. Instead of, going through the calls and the appointments, instead of me looking at the clients as athletes, rather look at them through a viewpoint of being employers, employees. So if I can see this employee is actually willing to not only cover the financial expense, but invest into the whole platform, then I know it's a better fit than just the athlete. Who's kind of half-assing everything.
Yeah, you only have 10 spots.
I only have 10, so I want the best 10 there.
The best of the best.
To have the whole system be over here.
Exactly. So you become that boss that now kind of, because you have to make like a boss decision. You if they come in, it's not about the money now. It's about your value and your time. Then The other people that come in that don't want to pay this, hey, here's my free value, my ebook, my free videos or things, whatever. Because that's probably going to be your main thing that you're going to be doing, is anyway to cater to these 99% who is not going to be your clients, but it's to fuel your brand. And by doing that, you give value for free. You're always giving value. Always.
That, I think that would actually be, because point number one is the packages. Point number two would be
lead gen,
lead
generation.
free value.
Yeah. The free value give back
Yeah.
is the big thing I need to incorporate as well.
Constantly.
Because I'm not doing that at all in any way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically like, while Josh is going to be building the system, I will help you and teach you how to start with that email automation. That is going to be your free value. So I'm going to teach you the steps of creating content, but in a very simple way. You understand? We're going to just give, basically per email, we're going to give one tip. So we're going to use GBT, use AI. We're going to input, obviously, your expertise as Nicolaas du Preez, and we're going to custom build an email flow. So we can build, you can do one email per week. That's it. So
well, I think even just one email every 2 weeks for me is already way more.
No. The thing is, what we're going to do is one email will be sent per week, but the way I'm going to teach you how to do it, you'll be able to create 8 to 12 emails in one sitting. You understand? So if you sit one weekend, you can do 20, 30 emails easy.
That's an email for every week to keep on.
Exactly, because now we've got the automated system on Ape. So basically, you build them and we preload them with delay 7 days.
Add all your leads and let it run.
The leads will be added automatically. That's the beauty of this thing. So you just make sure once a month you sit one day and you make 10 to 12 emails. By the end of 3 months, you've got literally 6 months worth of emails. And also what's great is, as new leads come in, they start at the beginning. So like, it just keeps going. So you will eventually.
The whole flow will just build itself and build. It's like a snowball effect.
Exactly. And when the time is right, when Strength School is built, when we have the subscription system built and ready, do a campaign email to all the leads. Hey guys, we finally launched our budget version.
That's going to do really well.
Mate,
honestly.
it's going to explode. And then
people see the price and what we include with the whole platform as well.
100%. And the thing is, once we get to that level, you literally will have your 15 clients and Strength School. That's it. And obviously Ape to boost, because it just fuels the whole ecosystem. So then everything else that you want to do is only if you want. It's only extra if it serves your life and makes your life easier and is worth it.
Good too.
And then your focus is lifting, bruh. Then you can be the best lifter you can possibly be, because your whole life will be automated. And also, we will be discussing how to plan your week, that these 15 clients, because we basically what we'll do is we'll have days that are going to be specific to the calls. You understand? You're going to have to do check-ins with these boychies every week or every 2 weeks or whatever. So we'll have set days for this. Also, we'll create automations for them to book their calls. So if they don't book the call for the bi-monthly, whatever we decide, they miss it. Because your call is, for example, every second Thursday, you do your call. So you know that day is not a training day. It is a work day. So you make your training split fit that situation.
You can actually, so the first point is packages. The second one, I think, was marketing. And then the third one was...
Yeah, we'll break it down. But this is the main points that we need to do. We did put the marketing. Yeah, we'll put
we skip that one.
We went the lead gen to the free value to Strength School, and the email automation. Yes. Basically your structure, your weekly structure for the client's check-ins.
That is the important thing, because at the moment, which is, I would say, my biggest drawback, is I don't have a structure at the moment. I wanted to start one, or like build a kind of skeleton structure at the end of last year to start this year going forward. But then I thought I'll just hold off until I see you guys. Because with the structure, if let's say, for example, I make my check-ins on Thursdays, then I know Monday and Wednesday I need to get to the gym, otherwise I fuck up my whole flow. So that'll help a lot, especially with being proactive and actually doing what I need to do on the day when it comes to the platform and the business.
Yeah, and then so what we can also do is we can create that structure with your clients. So one method to do that is to create a community, like even if it's built within on the platform. So they just it's a simple login. So they're already a client of yours. They can, when they go to the website, they click login, they go to this specific, maybe for example, the premium one. So they'll have their own community. And then within that community, it doesn't need to be too much. It can be just a welcome video that you're talking, and then the next bar is literally just check in, and then maybe even resources. You see, so you just have like 3 tabs already there for them to use. Obviously, as time goes on, if more ideas come in, you just fill that, add that in. But in just out of my head, like you can just have those 3 tabs with the check-ins already, and link to a booking event that's already synced with your calendar. You just get these bookings and you're like, oh, check-in. Okay, I have a check-in today at 7. You set your time, you know when you're free, when you're not free. Take Christmas off, take birthdays off, family. But then when they book, they can see that calendar and they can see, oh, this is Nicolaas's time. And then when they check on, even when they have that initial call, you can tell them every week or every second week, you need to be booking. Make sure you're booking.
And if you don't book,
it doesn't count.
Off day for me.
Yeah.
But what's great is this structure. So if we choose the day, they will know that in the dashboard, basically the community dashboard, that's where they'll do the bookings. They'll be logging in. And also, like Josh said, the welcome video. The welcome video will basically just be breaking down how your elite coaching works. So basically, you'll say, hey guys, welcome to my elite coaching, da-da-da-da-da. Make sure that we're doing bi-monthly video calls. Make sure you book your call for every second Thursday of the month, da-da-da-da-da. And you explain the breakdown. Make sure to track your workouts, send your videos, you break it down so they understand.
Basically, just breaking down to the clients what I actually expect from them.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly. And then we sync the automation with the app. So basically, like we do with our in-person, our online clients that are in Bloemfontein, they basically get an automated message every third week to book their body stats and composition with us and to book their check-in call. So I'll show you how to do that as well on the app. So basically, you just keep adding that automation every second week. So we do it on a repeat, and then every second week they get the link automatically sent to them on their like their program. So where the program would show on their dashboard, it'll be a message that says, remember to book your check-in or whatever the case might be. So that gets done automatically. They get reminders everywhere.
Yeah. Now, silly question off topic. On their own personal dashboard on their end, is it done on the calendar where you add, for example, like photos? Or,
on the app now?
Yeah, on the app
yes.
now.
The function we use is automated messages.
Oh, I've played around with that actually already. Yeah.
Perfect. But I'll show you exactly how to do that to add the link. So we just add the link to the community dashboard. Then every 2 weeks they get the automated message says, remember to book your check-in. They click the link, they log in, and they book. And then your time's already more set for the days you're going to be doing your check-ins.
Well, I'm assuming before all of that, I would first need the weekly structure.
Oh, yes.
Worked out so that I can include appointment days, check-in days,
100%.
programming days.
So our entire system will be aligned to your structure. And vice versa. So basically, this is just the rough planning of what we need to do. When we get back, we're going to go on the whiteboard and we'll plan out. So we're going to put out your weekly structure, how your life is currently.
Due to the fact that I don't even have a starting point of a weekly structure, it's fucking mad.
It's fine. It's fine.
How have I been surviving all of this time?
It's okay. This is what we have for. You understand? This is how we're going to give you structure. And the thing is, in the end, this is systems. Systems is everything, bro. Because like you look at training, bro. Training program, progressions, it is a system.
It is.
For a business and online coaching, you need a system.
I just need to get that mind shift about not moving away, but the way I follow my athlete lifestyle, I need to incorporate that approach to my business platform as well. I do to a degree, but not as fully as I should. And with the structure and everything coming into place, that'll put me on the right path. Definitely.
Yeah, and one of the things I always say is coaches are entrepreneurs. They just don't know it. So in essence, you need to have these business skills, not necessarily the best business skills, but I
just wanted to mention I'm not the best fucking businessman.
but you will need to have some sort of business structure to create this reality. And if a coach doesn't look at themselves as an entrepreneur, they're going to always seem to be an employee of some gym, or they feel like they're working at the gym. And if the gym is gone, they're gone. So you need to really start seeing yourself as a coach, as a brand. You are the brand. You are a company. And people are looking to you to give money to you for value. So that is the real interaction between a coach and a client, or with a coach and the public.
I guess
so. And once that mentality shifts towards, oh, I am an entrepreneur, I need to pick up myself and boost my brand on
Everything
social
will
media,
just get
everything.
better.
It just gets better and better. And then with the system in place, with people like us here to help you, I don't see any mountain you can't climb.
I actually think also to add on top of that, it'll actually, not that it's not exciting, like I'm enjoying everything, but it'll just add to the drive and the momentum of wanting to get bigger, better, growing the business, getting actual athletes that you're proud of, silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the structure is not only going to give more, you're going to optimize your life. So basically, you're going to have more free time. And that free time can now be used to either put back into the business to grow and scale, or if you need time to rest and recover because of your crazy lifestyle of being an athlete and a coach, you can rest. So you're going to have times like Tuesdays, all I have to do on Tuesdays is train. That's all you have to do. You've got nothing else to do. You don't have to check in with anyone, because now that's also the thing. If you see yourself as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, even though clients are messaging you, if it's nothing that's critical or urgent, you do not have to respond. So you leave your business number and it's none. You don't have to do anything.
And I'm assuming with the business number as well, I've seen a lot of people when I WhatsApp their business number, there's also like a broadcast message popping up about trading hours and everything like that. Just include that as well.
100%.
Yeah. Because you are a business.
Yeah, because at the moment, without the structure, once again, as I keep on hammering it, which I believe is the biggest thing, now my structure is I wake up, I check my WhatsApp messages, and then I decide, do I go gym this morning or this afternoon, or do I not go gym?
But it's chaos.
And, I don't even want to call it organized chaos, actually. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
And then you don't have any structure, because now your WhatsApps is going to determine your day. So each day you don't know what's going to happen. Then your training is misaligned, your work is misaligned, your sleep and recovery is misaligned.
Or I get behind the PC at 12 at midnight and then start.
No, you see, you can't be optimal as an athlete like that. But systemizing and having structure will fix everything.
Yeah.
And then you have the time dedicated to your coach. So you know Mondays and Thursdays, for example, is your coaching days. You build your programs, you do your check-ins. And that's it.
Yeah.
If it's critical stuff for your elite package clients, those ones you can obviously assist on WhatsApp here and there. But overall, your life will become your own again.
But I think even just, sticking to 10 athletes, international and 5 local, that alone will decrease the traffic on WhatsApp without the other orders and stuff.
And add the structure and systems, wax.
Your uncle.
I think we know what to do now.
Yeah, I know what to do.
All right.
I'm thinking of maybe another point, but I think these 6 ones covers everything and more.
Okay, let's discuss. What were you thinking?
No, I'm actually thinking like these 6 points are quite set in stone now.
Okay.
Once we tackle each point, we can just
Yeah.
those points.
So we're going to attack each one on its own on the whiteboard, break the whole thing down until we have the structure, and then Josh will obviously be able to think and find the right systems to apply, and then move to the next one. Then we have the whole skeleton built out.